Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Learning Quran. So this is a series of the translation, and we're going to start from the beginning of the Holy Quran, from the Surah Fatiha. The way of translation is as simple as we read that word by word translation, then we read that complete translation as a whole, and then reference to the context according to the ahadith, we explain about according to that. So this is the simplest and easiest way of the translation. The purpose and the motive of the translation is to understand the words that Allah Rabbul Izzat saying in the Holy Quran. Quran reading, I usually said the Quran reading is important, but what the Allah Rabbul Izzat is saying in the Holy Quran, that's the most important thing. We must read and we must understand the Quran as well. So let's start from the beginning of the Surah Fatiha. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismi, in the name Allahi, of Allah, Ar-Rahman, the most gracious, Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. With the name of Allah, the all-merciful, the very merciful. Bismillah is a verse of the Holy Quran. There is a consequences of all the Muslim on the fact that the Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim is the verse of the Holy Quran, being a part of the Surah An-Naml, the ant. Actually, this is the Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. This is the ayah of the Surah Naml. Namal means ant, and is also an agreement on this verse is written all the head of every surah except the Surah At-Tawbah. Only the Surah Tawbah is the surah that is not written in the beginning of the Surah Al-Fatiha. But there is a difference of the opinion among the Mutahajjideen, the authentic scholars who are entitled to express an opinion in such matters, as to whether this verse is an integral part of the Surah Al-Fatiha or for all the surahs or not. According to the great Imam Abu Hanifa, it is not an integral part. According to the great Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah, it is not an integral part of any surah except Al-Naml. Rather, it is itself an independent verse of the Holy Quran, which has been revealed for being placed at the beginning of every surah in order to separate and distinguish one surah from another. Next paragraph. The merits of Bismillah. It was a custom in the age of the ignorance, Jahaliya, before the advent of the Islam, that people began everything they did with the name of their idols or the gods. It was to eradicate this practice that the first verse of the Holy Quran, which the Archangel Ibrahim, actually angel, this is the angel, Jibreel alayhi salam, brought down. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam commanded him to begin the Quran with the name of Allah. Iqra bismi rabbik, read with the name of your Lord. So this is the very first ayah. Iqra bismi rabbik alladhi khalaq. So this is the very first ayah of the Holy Quran. Read with the name of your Lord. And next paragraph, the famous commentator of Al-Suyuti says that beside the Holy Quran are the other divine books to begin with the Bismillah. Certain other scholars are of the opinion that the Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim is a peculiar to the Quran and to the followers of the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Two views can be brought into the agreement with each other if we say that all divine books share that. Divine books means the books that Allah Rabbul Izzat sent, share the common traits of beginning with the name of Allah, but the word Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim are peculiar to the Holy Quran, and it is evident from the certain tradition ahadith which report that in order to begin with the name of Allah, anything he undertook, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say the word Bismika Rabb, Bismika Allahim, Bismika Allahumma. But when the verses Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim was revealed, he adopted these words, since the practice was established through the verbal command of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or through his act or the tacit approval. See Qurtubi and the Ruhul Mani. So these are the names of the books. The Holy Quran again and again instructs us to begin what we do with the name of Allah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has said that no important work receives the blessings of Allah unless it is begun with his name. According to yet another hadith tradition, closing the door of one's house, putting out the lamp, covering the vessel should all be done with the recitation of Bismillah. The Holy Quran and the Hadith traditions repeatedly instructs us to recite the words while we're taking food, drinking water, performing the wudu, ablution, getting on a carriage or getting down from it, secretly. So this is very important. This is actually the importance of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. That we have to do everything. We need to do everything with the name of Allah. Either the simplest thing, that closing the one's door's house. Just closing the door, if we are putting out the lamp, covering the vessel, everything should be done with the recitation of Bismillah. So it should be while we're taking food. Usually we're taking food and we're taking water, we perform the wuzu, we do the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But it should be the best habit, best practice to read the Bismillah everywhere. Okay. By instructing man to begin everything with the name of Allah, Islam has given to the whole of his life an orientation towards Allah, so that he may with each step he takes renew his allegiance to the covenant with Allah, that nothing he does, not even his very being, can come into existence without the will and the help of Allah. So it is the proof of saying the Bismillah that everything is done by the existence of Allah. We cannot do everything without the help of Allah Rabbul Izzat. So this is a proof we are starting everything with the name of Bismillah. Thus, all the economic and the worldly activities of the man, each woman and the gestures become the transformed into act of the worship. So this is a very beautiful thing of the Muslims, that our every act, our every gesture, that is according to, or every activity is according to Allah. For example, we do the namaz, the simplest thing. We do the namaz, we are eating food, we are saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We are doing the wuzu, we are saying the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So actually each and every activity is actually turned into the worship of Allah. Right? Our gestures, our movements, like if we're doing the hijab, so that it's the order of Allah that he asks the females to do the hijab, to cover them properly, especially if they are going outside. Cover yourself properly. So it's a safe thing, and it's particularly in the Surah Nur, Allah it clearly said how the woman should come out from the house. So our every activity, everything, every gestures, every movement, and we're actually tranced in the worship of Allah. Right? I hope brief is the action which consumes neither time nor energy, and yet how immense it is again. So it is a kind of the action which doesn't consume energy, and we don't require too much time to saying the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I think so less than 10 seconds requires we to start the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Right? Okay. It is a regular alchemy, transmuting the profane dunya into the sacred deen. A believer eats and drinks just as a Muslim doesn't, but in saying the Bismillah. As he begins to eat, the Muslim affirms that it was not in his power to obtain this little morsel of the food, which has passed through the innumerable stages, from the sowing of the seed to the reaping of the grain, corn, and which has during this process required the labors of the wind, the rain, the sun, the heavens, of the earth, and the thousands of men, and that it is Allah alone who has granted him this morsel of food for this draught of water, by making it go through all these stages. Right? This is the very beautiful thing, that the food we eat, right? We just get actually the processed food. We don't know what kind of the stages going through that food, like when the sowing of the seed, reaping of the grain, right? And labors, a different kind of labors, the wind, the rain, the sun, because everything, without the air, without the water, and without the sunlight, no water, no anything, no flower can be alive without these things. So these are the labors that Allah Rabbul Izzat created, and the thousands of human beings that are doing all this stuff. Who created the human beings? Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the human beings. So we just get the processed food. We just get the we didn't get the raw material. We get the product. If we're using, I used to say, if we're using the any other thing except the food, if we said except food, we are reading, we are using. For example, let's say we say, I used to say that we are using the mobile phone, which kind of programming in it, right? And which kind of the products and the small stuff and what kinds of circuits in it, these all done by the human mind, right? It comes into the human mind. And who created the human mind, how it comes to the human mind, so that is the Allah behind this. We're just using the mobile phone. What kind of functionality it is added in the through the programming, what kind of the instruments or the things that on it, the glass, the plastic, its body, etc, etc. You can use, if I am using the laptop or the iPad, so it's goes through the from too many processes, and we get the product where we don't know what's the raw material, how the raw material what attached, how it happens, how it makes a product. We don't know about that, but we get everything that Allah Rabbul Izzat give to us. A disbeliever goes to sleep, wakes up, and goes about as much as a Muslim, but while going to sleep or waking up, the Muslim mentions the name of Allah. Just give me a second. But while going to sleep or waking up, the Muslim mentions the name of Allah, renewing his relationship with Him. Thus, his economic and worldly needs and activities acquires the nature of the remembrance of Allah, and are counted as the act of the worship. Right? What we are doing, we are everything, our gestures, our positions, we are going to sleep, we just read a sleeping prayer, we wake up, we read a waking up prayer. So everything is, we just remember the Allah in every activity, right? So, and our every act, it's counted as an act of worship. Similarly, in saying the Bismillah Rahman Rahim, while getting on the carriage, Muslim testifies that the fact that is beyond the power of the man to produce this carriage and to procure it for him, and that it is only the infallible and the divinely created order of things that has brought together from all the corners of the world, of the woods, the steel, and the other metals which have gone into the making of the carriage, as well as the mechanics who have given a particular shape to these components and the driver, and finally put all these into the service of human who can make use of the labor of this army of the creatures of the man who can good by spending a few coins. And even then, coins have not been created by him. It is Allah Himself who has provided the complex ways and means of earning to the human beings. That is a very important point, that all the ways of earning Allah created for the human beings. We are unable to do anything. We are unable to do anything. Vertically, Bismillah is a legendary philosopher's stone which transmutes not copper but mere dust into the purest of gold. So then, praise be Allah for the religion of Islam and its teaching. This is the only way in which a human life can, to use a word here to modern culture, anthropology, is characterized in any meaningful sense of term. Translator ruling. Before beginning to recite the Quran, it is sunnah for first say A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. I seek refuge with Allah from shaitan the accursed. And then Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I begin with the name of Allah, the all merciful, the very merciful. And during the tilawah, the recitation of the Holy Quran, as well saying Al Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim at the beginning of each surah, except the Surah Tawbah, is a sunnah. Only the Surah Tawbah is a surah in which we don't read the Bismillah. Before that, we don't read the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Commentary. Bismillah. This phrase is composed of the three words, the Ba, is, and Allah. The preposition Ba has several connotations in Arabic, three of which are the appropriate to the occasion. All the three applicable here: contiguity, or the close proximity between one thing and the other, seeking the aid of someone or something, to seek the blessings of someone. The word ism has many lexical and intellectual noses of meaning, the knowledge of which would not be essential for the average readers. It is sufficient to know the word is translated in the English as a name. The word Allah is a great test and the most comprehensive of the divine names. According to some scholars, it is the great name Al-Islam, Azam, Mul Azam. According to tradition hadith, the great name carries with it such benedictions that a prayer is granted when the word has been uttered. Reports differ as what this great name is. The word Allah refers to the essence, and hence this name cannot be given in the anyone except Allah. That is why the word has neither a plural nor a dual. That's one important thing. That's Allah's word doesn't have any plural. Do you know that? Yeah, Allah doesn't have any plural, right? Nor a dual, for Allah is one and has no associate. In short, Allah is the name of the ultimate reality which comprehends in itself all the attributes of the perfections which its creator and the sustainer, unique and peerless. Thus the phrase Bismillah has a three respective significance according to the three connotations of the preposition. Ba, with the name of Allah, with the help of the name of Allah, with the barakah of the benediction of the name of Allah. But in all the three forms, the phrase obviously remains incomplete unless one mentions the work which one intends to begin with the name of Allah or with its help or the benediction. So according to the rules of the grammar, some of the verb is taken to be understood here which should be suitable for the occasions. For example, I begin or start with the name of Allah. Proprietary demands that even this verb should be understood to occur after the phrase so that the one does actually begin with the name of Allah and the verb doesn't precede his name. The preposition ba has however to be placed before the name of Allah, for it is an exigency of the Arabic language. But even in the respect of the Osmani manuscript, the Holy Quran prepared by the third Khalifa Usman, this is the Usman has made the necessary modification to accordance to the consensus of the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The regular Arabic script requires letter ba to join the letter alif produced by the Shaykh Bismillah. In the Usmani script, actually Usman, Hazrat Usman, we are bottom more. Okay. According to the consensus of the companion of the Holy Prophet, the regular Arabic script requires a letter ba here to join the letter alif, producing the Shaykh Bismillah, but the Usmani manuscript has dropped the alif and joined the letter ba with the letter sin, right, making the ba look like apart from the word ism. So Hazrat Usman, he was the third caliph. Yeah, he was the third caliph of Islam after the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Hazrat Usman made the little bit modifications according to the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's instructions in the Holy Quran, just how to read the Bismillah, how to write the Bismillah like that, so that the beginning is made in effect with the name of Allah. That is why the letter alif is not dropped in other combinations between the proposition ba and the noun ism. For example, so ism Amaya, ism means the name. Ism means the name, right? In English, in Arabic, ism, and in English it means the name. Ism, for example, in the words Ikra bismi rabbik Allah, Ikra bismi rabbik, the alif is written along with the ba. It is peculiarity of the Bismillah alone that the letter ba has been joined with the sin, right? Sin, this is a word, merciful. These are two attributes of the Allah Almighty. Rahman signifies one whose mercy is common to all. Rahman is the beautiful name of Allah, and we read the and we read in the Furqan, and Allah Rabbul is saying the people of Rahman, right? Rahman is a beautiful and Allah's favorite name. Allah Rabbul Izzat's favorite name is Rahman, signifies one whose mercy is common to all and extends to the whole universe, to everything that will be created in the future. On the other hand, Rahim signifies Rahim. Did you get the Rahim? Yeah, Rahim signifies one whose mercy is perfect in all possible ways. This is a very beautiful translation and explanation of two words. Rahman signifies one whose mercy is common to all and extend to the whole universe. It means that Allah's mercy is not only the Muslims, it's not only for the white people, it's not only for the Hindus. Allah's mercy is common to all, the whole universe, to everything that will be created in the future. On the other hand, what's a Rahim is? Rahim signifies one whose mercy is perfect in all possible ways. So this is the very important thing. Rahim means Allah's mercy is perfect in all possible ways. Which kind of the circumstances we have, which kind of circumstances we face. So it doesn't mean that Allah doesn't do mercy on us. So actually, in the every possible way, He did the best for us. This is the very important thing to understand. Did you get it? He is in every possible way, in all possible ways, all kinds of circumstances we have. So that's the Rahman, that's the Rahim. He has the mercy in a perfect shape. This is why the Rahman is exclusive attribute of Allah, and the word is employed only when one is referring to Him. It is not permissible to qualify any creator being as Rahman, for that there cannot be possibly be the anyone else beside Allah, whose mercy should be all embracing or all inclusive, just like the word Allah. There is no dual or a plural for the word Rahman too, because these words are their significations exclusive to the one and the absolute being, which does not permit to existence of a second or a third. Tafsirul Qurtubi. The signification of the word Rahim, on the contrary, does not contain anything which it should be impossible to find in a created being. For a man may be perfectly merciful in his dealings with another man, so the word Rahim may justifiably be employed in the case of the human beings, as the Quran itself has used the word in speaking of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, which is the gentle and the very merciful towards the Muslims. Ruling. This would easily show that those who shorten the names of such as Abdur Rahman or Fadur Rahman into the Rahman are doing what is not permissible and not the are thus committing a sin. So it means if you are putting usually the Muslim names is the Rahman, so usually its name is the Abdur Rahman. Abdur Rahman means the servant of Allah, the servant of Rahman, right? Abdur Rahman means, so if such kind of a name is, so try to read only with the name of Abdur Rahman. So this is also the guidance of the Allah that we should read if we are using the name of the Rahman, because Allah Rabbul Izzat has the 99 names. So in the next, I think so this is the same. Allah Rabbul Izzat had 99 names, and if someone is putting the Muslim name to his son, or so it should be the name with the Abdur Rahman. For example, my cousin, his name is the Abdur Rahman, right? And when we used to call, so we should call is Abdur Rahman. We should not call like the Rahman, because Rahman is the only Allah, right? Out of the beautiful names, Asmaul Husna of Allah Almighty and His attributes of the perfection, only two have been mentioned is in words, namely Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, and both have been derived from the root Rahmat, mercy, indicating the all pervasiveness and the perfection of the divine mercy. It points to the fact that the creation of the heavens and the earth and the sustenance of the whole universe have no other motivation than the making the manifest Allah's quality of mercy. He himself had no need of these things, nor could anymore compel him to create them. It is his own mercy which has required the creation and sustenance of the whole universe order. However, aptly this was put in the Persian by the poet, there was nothing neither or being nor or claimed to be. It was the mercy that heard our unsaid. I think so it's too much more, so I think so it's okay today. Inshallah we'll finish it tomorrow, right? Because I'm getting late from the previous one, so you can get this inshallah soon, this video how much I uploaded. Okay. Okay, inshallah. Thank you so much, Amaya. Yeah, you need to listen the previous videos first, okay? Okay, take care. And the questions you have, the problems you have, you can just let me know. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay, that's it for today. Inshallah, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.